Okay, we're back. This is part 2 for the emblem design tutorial. And so in this part, you're going to learn how to first edit a photo, get it ready to place. We're going to edit in Photoshop, and then we're going to place it into Illustrator and use that to clip inside the center here. And then we're also going to do a live trace. Okay, so let's do that right now. So first thing I want to do is go to File. I'm going to do Control or Command L. In your case, you're going to do Control because you have the PC. What we want to do is bring this little white slider here over to the mountain. You see how it gets a little bit lighter? Okay, this is a good photo, so you're not going to get a lot of difference. Okay. The black one we want to bring towards the mountain. It already is, so we don't need to do that. I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to go up to the Filter, go to Filter Gallery, and I'm going to go to Artistic Cutout. And we're going to try to make it sort of that abstract logo, flat shape type of effect. Okay, so we're going to do that here before we bring it into Illustrator. And you have to sort of decide based on these sliders here. I got like 542, but yours might be different, so you got to sort of play around with it and see which one works the best. I'm going to go ahead and use this 432. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to go ahead and save. I'm going to save it to my desktop. You can save it to your desktop because you're going to only need it temporarily. I'm going to call it Tiger. Just save it as a PSD. Click Save, or Yes, and click OK. I'm going to close Photoshop, and now I'm going to go into Illustrator and go to File, Place. Okay, I'm going to search for my tiger. There it is. Highlight it, click the Place, and there it is. Now, this is still made up of pixels. Okay, you can see it, how the staggered, you see the little staggered effect. That's a sure sign that it's still pixels. Okay, merely bringing it into Illustrator does not make it a vector object. We have to do that through the live trace right here, the image trace. Now, if you were to click this, it's gonna give you your default appearance, and that's not what we want. I always do it just in case, just to see what it looks like, but that's not what we want. So I'm going to do Command Z, and you got the drop-down arrow here. Now, these are some presets, okay? So, line art, not so good. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm going to undo. So you can experiment with some of these things. I'm just going to go ahead and go to my 3-color option right there because I don't want a lot of variation. And that looks pretty good. I like that one. Okay, once you do the live trace, you're going to go ahead and hit the expand button. What that's going to do is bring in all those little anchor points. But first, actually, what I want to do is size this up a little bit more. So I'm going to hold down Shift and Option and resize it, because what we're going to do is we're going to clip this inside the circle. Okay. Now, if I go into my Layers palette, I need this image to go in between those two black circles. So I'm going to drag that down, and there it is. And we're going to select that top circle and the image. So you got to hold down Shift to select them both, right-click, and make clipping mask. And there it is. It's pretty cool. Now, I know Lockayata are not the tigers, but I wanted to try a different one just to show you another example. Okay. Now, I can go in my clipping group here, select just the image, and adjust the size. Okay. So I'm going to hold down Option just to keep it centered. You don't want to. You notice that bounding box. You don't want that to come inside the circle. Otherwise, you're going to reveal that space below. We want it to be clipped entirely. Okay. So the next step is to expand it. Make sure you expand it, and there you go. Now, I'm not going to keep this color. So what I'm going to do is highlight one of those shapes, go up to select same fill color. And what that does is it selects only those colors that I selected. So you see this little tan color, this sort of this dark tan. If I open up my group, I can see all the ones that are selected. And the ones that are selected are the ones that have that same color. Because I went up to that select option and shows same color, same fill color, right? So what can I do there? Well, instead of doing individual objects, it selected all of them, and now I can start choosing those colors. See how I chose that red? That makes it really, really easy. And so I'm going to choose that one. Now I'm going to highlight this object and do the same thing. I'm going to select same, let's see, select same color. And there it is. And now I'm going to choose this other red. That's not a good one. I'll choose black. Alright. And let's see. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to choose select same fill color. And let's see. Maybe yellow? Is that too much yellow? Actually, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to keep that. Alright. Maybe locking out should be the tigers now. Alright. That's pretty much the entire project. Now here's the last thing I would do is, you know, that we have that extra black circle. And the reason why I did that is so now I can hold down my, well, go to my black arrow and hold down Shift and Option and just make it a little bit bigger. And that gives it a nice black outline. Isn't that cool? Okay. Alright, so that's the end of part 2. I hope that helped. And, you know, watch it several times, maybe pause the video. I think it's pretty straightforward. And good luck and have fun.